And then what did you make of Sophie Cunningham's flagrant foul on JC towards the end?
It was a flagrant foul.
Do you think it's like defending Caitlin or defending the team, or how do you view just how it all?
I view it as a flagrant foul.
That's about the game too.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys came for basketball.
Yeah,
Let's talk about basketball. Yeah. Come on now.
What do you think of just how you all were able to pull away in the second half, Caitlin, in particular?
We're going to the Commissioner Cup Championship.
Let's go!
That's pretty exciting. Y'all want to talk about that? Let's talk about that.
What do you think, again, in the second half?
What if the WNBA's biggest star said, "That's it, I'm done. No more deep threes, no more packed arenas, no more carrying the league on her back while taking elbows to the chin and blame to the face." Yup, there's real talk that Caitlin Clark, after just one season, is already considering walking away from the WNBA. Why? Because the mistreatment has gone from annoying to absurd. Referees out here acting like part-time magicians. Now you see the foul, now you don't. Opponents throwing cheap shots like it's dodgeball practice. And meanwhile, Caitlin's expected to smile through it all and keep the league afloat like some kind of basketball Cinderella. The question isn't whether she's good enough to stay, it's whether the league even deserves her. And based on how things have been going, let's just say the answer might come with a boarding pass. Let's talk receipts. Caitlin Clark isn't just getting fouled, she's getting straight up jumped on national TV. Sophie Cunningham's flagrant? That wasn't defense, that was WWE in sneakers. Then Marina Mabrey decided to channel her inner linebacker with a shove so loud it should have come with a soundtrack. And where were the refs? Oh, just busy staring into the abyss apparently. This isn't basketball anymore, it's open season on one player. The worst part? Every time it happens, the league shrugs like, well, it's physical play. Newsflash, there's physical and then there's targeted. And fans aren't buying the "she's new, she'll adjust" excuse anymore. She's not asking for favoritism, just a fair whistle and a little human decency. But week after week, it's like the refs, the league, and even some opponents are reading from the same messy script. And if this is what earning your stripes looks like, then somebody's gotta ask, how many beatdowns does it take before a star finally says, "I'm out"? Here's the playbook. And it's getting real tired. Caitlin takes a hard foul? That's just the game. Caitlin plays with confidence? Suddenly she's arrogant and needs to be humbled. Where's that energy when other stars talk trash or flex after a bucket? It's almost like there's a different rule book when it's Caitlin Clark, and fans have noticed. She talks, she's asking for it. She doesn't talk, she's distant. She smiles, too cocky. She's quiet, she's soft. What exactly do people want from her? Telepathy and a curtsy. And don't even get started on the "she's just a rookie" excuse. This rookie is leading in stats, headlines, ticket sales, and carrying the entire WNBA on her back in the process. If any other player had her numbers and her impact, they'd be getting the royal treatment and a custom shoe deal. But Caitlin? She gets elbows, cold shoulders, and blame. It's not just unfair, it's embarrassing. For a league trying to grow, this is one way to shrink fast. What started as support has turned into a full-blown rebellion. Caitlin Clark's fan base isn't just watching anymore, they're on a mission. Every foul she takes, every bogus call, every cheap shot gets dissected online like it's game film from the Zapruder tape. Social media's become a courtroom, and the WNBA is on trial. The Protect Caitlin movement, it's no longer a hashtag, it's a weekly rally cry. Fans are calling out refs by name, tagging the league in every highlight, and demanding accountability like unpaid interns in Caitlin's PR team. And it's not just the diehards, casual fans, new viewers, even people who don't usually watch women's hoops are all jumping in to say the same thing. Why does it feel like y'all are trying to break the very player who's saving your league? The loyalty is still there, but it's wearing thin. And if Caitlin says she's had enough, don't be surprised when her entire army grabs their streaming subscriptions and marches right out with her. Let's call it what it is. Caitlin Clark is the WNBA's life support. Ratings? She spikes them. Jersey sales? She owns them. Ticket demand through the roof. Cities that didn't even know they had a team are now sold out weeks in advance just to watch her warm up. When she was out with injury, viewership didn't dip, it flatlined. We're talking 50% gone. That's not normal. That's Michael Jordan level impact, except it's happening in year one. And what's the league doing in return? Throwing her into the lion's den without backup, no real marketing push, no protective officiating, just vibes and body checks. It's wild. She's doing more for the WNBA in 2 seasons than some franchises have done in 2 decades. She's the main event, the highlight reel, the reason people tune in, and yet somehow she's still treated like a guest at her own party. You'd think the league would be building her a throne. Instead, it's handing her bandages and telling her to walk it off. Now imagine this, Caitlin Clark books a one-way flight out of here. Not out of frustration, out of strategy. Europe's calling with open arms, fat checks, and a fan base that treats elite players like royalty. No elbows, no cold shoulders, just respect, euros, and probably a bouquet of flowers when she steps off the plane. And let's not ignore the wild but not impossible idea floating around. What if Caitlin started her own league? It sounds crazy until you realize she's the only player in decades with the star power to pull it off. Billionaires would line up just to be in the room. Fans would follow without question. And the WNBA, they'd be left wondering how they let their golden ticket walk out the door. What's wild is people aren't begging her to stay for basketball reasons. They're begging her to survive this mess. Because right now, it's starting to feel less like a league and more like a bad breakup waiting to happen. And when she leaves, if she leaves, she won't be alone. She'll take the spotlight with her. Here's where things really spin into madness. The media circus. Caitlin Clark gets shoved like she stole lunch money, and somehow the headlines make it her fault. ESPN analysts doing mental gymnastics like they're prepping for Paris 2024, trying to explain how talking a little trash justifies getting decked mid-game. Meanwhile, Caitlin doesn't retaliate, doesn't lose her cool, doesn't even blink. She stays composed, focused, professional, and still, they find a way to twist it. Was her body language too confident? Did her smirk provoke it? Bro, she hit a 3 and walked away. That's not taunting, that's Tuesday. Yet these commentators act like she lit a fuse under the whole league. Even rival players who would love nothing more than to shut her down on the court have admitted that the physical hits are out of pocket. So how is it that paid analysts with courtside seats can't see what every fan in the nosebleeds already knows? Caitlin's not the villain. She's just the easy headline and the league's favorite scapegoat. If Caitlin Clark walks away from the WNBA after this season, it won't be because she couldn't handle the heat. It'll be because she finally realized she shouldn't have to. She's done her part. Every night, every game, every bump and bruise. She's brought eyeballs, cash, clout, and credibility. And what has she gotten in return? Cold shoulders, missed calls, and more backhanded praise than an awkward award speech. At some point, loyalty turns into self-neglect, and fans know it. That's why they're not just watching her, they're watching out for her. So if she dips, they're gone too. No more sold-out arenas, no more record-breaking streams, no more tune in just to see what she does next. The WNBA had the feast and fed her crumbs, so don't act surprised if she decides she's had her fill, because this time, when she pulls up from deep, it might not be for a shot, it might be her way out. And if you made it this far, do what the league hasn't, show some support. Like the video, drop your thoughts in the comments, and smash that subscribe button like Caitlin smashes expectations every single game.